was pastoring in Ames, Iowa. We had a young couple in the church that moved from another state. And the young man wanted to have a meeting with me. So we sat down. He said, "Pastor, I have a dream. I want to be used in ministry. I want to be used to help other people." He said, "But the only problem was my previous pastor didn't help me to get a license, a ministerial license with United Pentecostal Church International. And I really need that. I want that." And so I took a piece of paper and I wrote his name at the top. And I said, "You are authorized to be used in ministry." And I slid it across the table to him, and he looked at me sort of surprised. "What's this?" I said, "Well, what is it?" He said, "Well, it's just a piece of paper that you wrote on." I said, "Well, as far as ministry goes, that's really all that the piece of paper that the organization gives you is as well. Because it doesn't make you any more of a minister than what you've already become in applying yourself and doing the work that's necessary to become ready to be used by God." Most of you haven't seen these in my office because they're by the door, but it's my diplomas from Gateway College of Evangelism for Bachelor in Theology and Associate in Christian Education, and also my ordination certificate from the United Pentecostal Church International. These are important to me because they represent several years of work and preparation, and they are sort of the icing on the cake that says, yes, you can do something. But these pieces of paper in themselves, they're just like this piece of paper if I don't do anything with it. So my question today is, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Now, I'm not disregarding, and I'm definitely not making light of credentials that you get from an organization because I think they're important. But in and of themselves, the credentials don't make you a minister, and they don't allow you to minister when the call of God is on your life. So you might have a dream, you might have a vision. Well, I want to encourage you to do something with the vision. In the Old Testament, Joseph had a dream. Joseph was given the dream that his mom and his dad and his brothers were all going to bow before him. And oh man, that's awesome. I'm one of the youngest in the family, but yet they're all going to honor me. But Joseph had no idea where that dream was going to take him. But every step along the way, Joseph remained faithful to God, and he let God help him. The first step, he was favored by his father. His father made him a robe, a coat of many colors. And we know that coat of many colors identified him from a long way off. And that led him to the second step when his dad sent him out to check on his brothers. And his brothers saw him coming. They'd been envious of him. They didn't like Dad's special treatment. They didn't like his telling them about the dream. There was no way they were going to bow down to their younger brother. So they threw him in a pit. But can I propose to you that all along the way, Joseph was in the perfect will of God, even though he was separated from his family. He was sold into slavery and he was a slave in Egypt. All these things that happened in his life, all these things that went on, all these episodes and changes and twists and heartache and pain were all helping him to be used by God. They were preparing him for what God had in store. So look back on your life, and you've had some disappointments. You've had some things that have gone wrong. You've made some of your own mistakes. But how do you know for sure that you haven't been in the will of God and that God isn't getting you in a place, in a position to use you? So what are you waiting for? You be used of God today. Make yourself available to God today. Let God use you in a special way. And you know what? If you do, you're going to find out you'll have more joy and peace and satisfaction with life than you've ever experienced before. And yes, the pieces of paper will come. The credentials will be there. So don't wait on somebody else to say you can do that. Make yourself available to God. Yes, be submitted to others. I'm not saying that. But make yourself available to God. Be used in the small areas. And God will reward you and put you in a position you need to be. Tune in next time. We're going to finish this in part 2. God bless you.